So this is Summer of Necessity, day number 82 in pictures. And we started the day in Sault Ste. Marie, which is a beautiful little town, I think. And we had the daunting task of going through the locks today, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah, a little scary.
Really scary. Just because we had no idea
what
really
to expect.
New
to us.
Yeah. And I think it was crazy. The biggest thing, I think, the biggest hurdle at least was just contacting them and knowing how to talk to them and stuff.
Yeah.
So we listened on the radio for a while and did a lot of research and practiced beforehand. And that's what you're seeing here.
Yeah, everyone just seemed so like they had their own code for it or speaking some other language that didn't make any sense to us.
Right. And I'm sure they do it just so often that they speak so fast, right?
Right.
But it's just like, oh man. But they were really nice. Walked us through it. And it turned out great, I think. The contacting them ended up not being a problem at all. It's way more daunting in my head than anything else. So. Cool. And that was a video of us calling them. And then we've got some lovely awkward selfies here. I wasn't paying attention for this one. That's not fair. There we go. I look a little weird.
Oh my gosh.
I'm blinking. And here we are. We're going in the locks. I feel like there were a lot of things going on at once. We had the 360 camera running.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure that was going.
Definitely.
I'm glad it worked. That turned out really nice. And I don't know, for some reason I was thinking that we were going to be going into the locks with one of the big freighter ships that was just docked there. The locks opened and 2 tour boats left and it was just open. And we're like, all right, you see a green light, want to make sure that's the right light, right?
Yeah.
And
ended up calling and asking them if it was okay
to
go through. Got the okay.
And went up and
right on in.
Yeah. And this video, we made the realization that going through the locks, Necessity will be its highest elevation it's ever been. Even when it's been transported or lifted up out of the water, it won't be as high as it is currently now in Lake Superior. We had a 20-foot rise in the locks. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so cool.
Oh, look how cute you look in that picture. And they just tossed lines down to us and we held on to those lines and kept the boat away from the wall. We had fenders out and stuff, but still, I don't know, instead of rubbing against, it was easier to push off the wall.
Yeah, it made me feel better not to be rubbing up against the wall, definitely.
Yeah.
There we are.
And
we're at the top now.
Pretty much at the top. Our mast did peek over this wall of concrete, and then eventually the whole boat peeked over. It was very cool. Super cool. And there I am, pushing it away.
The wall,
And holding onto the line in the same hand. Pretty cool. And this is just a picture. I was taking a bunch of pictures, and I just ended up taking a picture of the deck. And there we are. We're through. And you can see our lovely rig we have here for our 360 camera. A little bit of zip ties and tape. And it worked out perfectly. And that's it. It was great.
It was cool.
Super cool experience.
Went really smooth.
Yeah, very easy. And then just like that, we were through the locks. And then not only that, but we're also under this cool bridge. Normally you're like, oh, look at this cool bridge coming up here.
Yeah, didn't even pay attention to it, honestly.
Yeah, we were still on a high from the earlier excitement. There's a lovely picture of me. Oh, look how cool this turned out. This is like the mixing. What you've been told, right?
Yeah. Of the water from Baker Lake and the water from the river.
Yeah. So this is Superior over here in the dark blue, and then this is St. Mary's River, I guess. Yeah. Wild. It is so stark.
Yeah. It just amazes me how it's not more of like a gradient. It's a very defined line of where, the lake water begins and the river water ends. It's crazy.
So crazy. Oh, and look at that, where we are going across it. Super cool. Glad those turned out.
Yeah.
And then just like that, I think this is still St. Mary's River. Oh gosh, what is this? I was pumped. I was very excited. This part of it is still in the St. Mary's River, but we're getting there. Jeez.
That's great.
I don't know about that. Cool pictures. There we go. Very
We
cool.
made it.
Very cool.
Always got to take 10 pictures.
Absolutely. And here we are. This is our mode of navigation. Our means of navigation. You can see there's our chart. And somewhere on here is our location. Right there. Our little...
You can barely see it.
Barely. But it's cool. Some awesome trees. An island. We're just sitting enjoying. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, Autopilot. We named our autopilot Helen. Helen the helmswoman.
The more we say it, the more I'm like, does that really ring? I don't think it does.
I don't know, it could be. We popped up the sails too once we got out into the lake, or once we had less current or less turning and to deal with. So we had pretty much a straight shot straight out the river to where we are now. Actually, we haven't even talked about where we are now. We went through the locks and we headed to Whitefish Point. And that's where
Made it here about 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah.
I love this picture. This turned out really cool. Yeah. And I don't know if you can tell here, but our little whisker pole that we're using for the jib, to keep the jib inflated, is just a a boat hook. Hey, it works. Very cool.
I just loved this.
Oops.
These mountain. They're not really mountains, I guess, but
hilly areas.
Really hilly areas. Yeah, they just.
This is by
so
Iroquois
cool.
Point. Right? Yeah. Super cool. Very nice. Nice. It was a good sail too. We were able to sail for quite a few hours.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Dang, and the sunset today.
The sunset was
one of like the
beautiful.
top sunsets we've seen. Yeah. Super cool. This is the view of Canada and all of Canada's windmills.
Windmills, yeah.
But dang, that sunset is cool. I did, like, as you were taking this picture, these pictures, holding your phone over the boat, I just like
tell people.
it just makes me nervous.
I know.
It just makes me nervous. But
Just
you're a pro. You're a pro.
I don't
and
know. I
would
really
say
should
this.
probably stop doing that. But in the moment, all that's on my mind is getting a picture of this.
Okay. I would say this picture is pretty well worth it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. I think this is where we say
We're in Superior.
what's up? we've kind of coined this term of sup, being superior, right? So what's up? What's superior? All right, maybe I shouldn't explain it.
Sub superior.
But these clouds, and it really only stayed like this just for a few minutes. Like after the sun dropped a little bit lower, these clouds had already moved on. It was really perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
More windmills. You got a lot of pictures of the windmills.
Cool.
There you go. See, like the peeking out from behind the clouds, and then it's proper setting. Real nice. Yeah, dang. And then, so it wasn't until after the sunset that we had the cool texture. That is so crazy. I'm just realizing this now. Look, the bottom of this cloud here doesn't have any texture. And then after a certain point, it starts getting texture.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, the sun just hits
That's
it.
crazy.
Right?
Yeah, so the sun is above it or whatever, and then the sun goes low enough
to hit the bottom of it.
Yeah, but at that point,
it's already, yeah. Yeah.
That's so crazy. This was so cool too. I loved this. This was awesome. This texture of the cloud or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just to cap it off, we had a freighter pass right by the sunset. Very cool. Oh, nice.
I took this just because I love the colors of the sunset on the water.
It's a cool one. That's very nice. Bam, look at that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Awesome. I would not say that was too many pictures of the sunset, would you?
It was quite a few.
Yeah.
And it's just really bothering me now that this is not level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me
Man.
fix that for you. There you go.
Okay, thanks. Really have to learn to fix those all before we do this.
So yeah, this is here's an idea of what we did today. Here's our chart. We started over here in Sault Ste. Marie. We ended up going through the MacArthur Lock, which is what takes most recreational boats, and onto those bridges that we took a picture of, and then we did this whole river all the way down this channel up through here, and then right about here maybe is where we started sailing, and we sailed for quite a ways up through here, going up here, and maybe somewhere around here maybe we started to motor again. Yeah. Just because the wind died and we slowed down quite a ways. And then now we're here up at Whitefish Point at this lovely marina. It was pretty scary coming into it because it's so dark.
It was so spooky.
It was very spooky. You had your red lamp, and this wouldn't have been spooky if we went to like I want to say civilized, but that's the worst word for it. but like
it's more populated,
or a populated area that has maybe like more
some
electricity,
lights, or it's just nothing. It's pitch black and coming through.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually really cool to navigate through these lights in the dark like that, but
it worked out really well, I think.
This
red and green light up front blink together, and then the secondary red light blinks separately. But this little state harbor here just has 8 slips, and that's it. And here you go. You can see them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And so you can even see right now that we're in number 5. That's kind of cool. Yeah. But other than that, over here, there's like an abandoned barn.
And
there's like a
boat that's
kind
of
on the shore that's rusted, and
under my red headlamp when I was looking around, it all just kind of looked super spooky. And it gave me the creeps a little bit.
Yeah, it gave me the creeps a little bit too. Hopefully tomorrow everything will look a little bit.
Yeah, definitely look a lot more inviting in the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But there is not a whole lot up here at Whitefish Point.
Yeah.
I think that's the point, though. I don't know.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful beach, it looks like, that I'm excited to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And,
A shipwreck museum and a bird watching observatory.
yeah,
That'll be fun.
cool.
Yeah.
That's about it. Those are the
There's
three
no-
places that we can go, so that's probably what we'll do tomorrow.